In 2019, Legend of Winning made some predictions about the 2020s. Inspired by the video, here are 4 predictions I have about the decade's second half. The first one is that Russell Westbrook's triple-double record will be on track to be broken or already broken. I think 2 specific players have a shot to break the record. The first guy I want to mention is Luka Doncic. As of making this video, Russ holds the record with 200 triple-doubles, but let's say he retires with 210. Luka's already 7th all-time with 80. With that in mind, Luka would need 26 of them for the next 5 seasons to match Westbrook's record. That sounds crazy, but I want you to look at this graphic for me. Each dot represents the average amount of triple-doubles 5 of the 6 players ahead of Luka got from the rookie seasons to year 15. Russell Westbrook, Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, LeBron James, and Jason Kidd. Now, the blue line is how many triple-doubles Luka got in each of the following years. Compared to some of the best triple-double machines in NBA history, Luka averages more than them yearly, besides this ongoing season, of course. In 5 years, a guy who's almost averaging a triple-double right now will be at his peak, barring injury. But I don't know for sure if he'll beat Russ by then. 26 triple-doubles a year is an absurd number to be the average needed. That's why I think someone else will break the record by the end of the decade. Here's that graph with Luka again. You know how I said the graph includes 5 of the 6 players ahead of Luka? That one player not included is a multiple-time MVP in his peak who only needs 14 triple-doubles a year to beat Westbrook's record if he retires with 210. A player who's had 12 triple-doubles out of the 27 games he's played this season. A player who dated this graphic because he had 2 more triple-doubles after I made it. That one player is Nikola Jokic. The second prediction is that no teams will go back-to-back. I don't want to reiterate what I've said before, but it's so much harder to stay elite than before. The Nuggets blew a 20-point Game 7 lead a year from winning a championship. The Warriors have been battling in the play-in to make the postseason. The Bucks have lost in the first round twice, and the Lakers' up and down seasons have been the most popular stories this decade. These failures post-championship aren't because the teams are bad. It's just harder than ever to go back-to-back. Injuries, like always, hurt chances to go back-to-back. Now, the CBA agreement has good teams lose their role players, and the level of talent in the league means any team can compete with any opponent for the night. As of making this video, the Kings are the 12th seed with 3 All-Stars on the roster. It's harder than ever to be elite and stay elite, and I think it'll be a while until we see back-to-back champs again. If any teams can ruin this take, I'd guess Boston or OKC. It looks like the Celtics can make multiple trips to the finals in a weak Eastern Conference, while the Thunder have age on their side, draft picks to spare, and the talent to reach the top and stay there. My third prediction is that the NBA Cup will be hosted overseas. It looks like Seattle and Las Vegas are the 2 cities that will get NBA teams soon. Because of the expansion, the NBA Cup will leave Vegas to play in a third-party location. So, who will host the event? Well, the sports world has spent a lot of time in the Middle East. From the UFC to PGA Golf, some of the biggest sport organizations are getting paid big money to host events in the Middle East. In PGA's case, they are now invested by Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund. When it comes to the NBA, a location they visited recently is Abu Dhabi. Every preseason since 2022 included 2 games played in the UAE. Knowing how much money the NBA could rake in for themselves, their recent history of hosting events in Abu Dhabi, the eventual expansion into Las Vegas, and the fact the NBA signed a deal to call the in-season tournament the Emirates NBA Cup, don't be surprised if Cup games are hosted in the Etihad Stadium. The last prediction is that the 76ers will trade Joel Embiid before his contract ends. Embiid has 4 years left on his contract, with a player option in 2029. As the former MVP, who should be around his prime during initial extension talks, he should and will ask for a lot of money. But if his health continues to hinder his career like it has, I don't know how much the Sixers would give him. At 30 years old, he's constantly hurt during the regular season and when his team needs him in the playoffs. The only year he didn't get injured in the playoffs was when Ben Simmons was hurt and they were swept in the first round. It's not always his fault, but the inevitable decline of a player mixed with his injury problems that have existed since his college days project that his last years as an NBA player could look ugly. And if I'm being honest, this might be the first ugly year for Paul George. How many teams would want to give a player with Embiid's history a massive contract when he's in his mid-30s? That's why the Sixers signed Paul George. They want to win now, but this season hasn't gone their way. Injuries and bad luck have sunk a team that should be a contender to the lottery. The season is far from over, but I don't see a mid-season turnaround big enough to help Philly reach the finals. This summer will leave the Sixers with one of the oldest rosters in the league, 4 years of a Paul George max contract, and a superstar who's only been fully healthy for one of his 7 postseasons that's heading into his 30s. At the same time, they would have a 24-year-old all-star and the favorite for Rookie of the Year before his injury. If they keep losing like they have, and if Embiid keeps getting injured like he has, then a quick retool might be in the future for Philadelphia, especially if the Sixers can get 5 or 6 first-round picks like other recent big deals. But hey, let me know if you agree, comment some of your own predictions, and check out this video.